Okay, well, let's take a look at our last section, which is 7-3. It's analyzing budgets. And I mean, analyzing budget takes some perspective, some understanding, and it based on experience and priorities. The biggest thing is saving the money. Okay, the question of how to save the money, where it's coming from, needs to be logical. You can't just say, "Oh, you're not going to eat out at all," or "You're going to completely not spend any money on clothes." Okay, so what makes it hard about saving money in budgets and following a budget quite constrainedly. That's why you make it conservative and leave a flex room. If we take a look at this budget here, we have Sunny. And Sunny actually works as a lifeguard. Okay, that's kind of irrelevant. Makes $2,400 a month. Okay, listed below we have her expenditures: 760 for rent, 140 utilities, food, and it goes down all the way to other. Okay, this is where a bunch of bulk stuff goes into. Now, we're taking into account what her budget was. Okay, and like I'll make sure I share this with you. A spending schedule, or kind of suggested by financial institutions or people that kind of work with money all the time, says that housing should be up to about 35%. You should spend about 10 up to 10% on utilities, 10% on food, up to 15% on transportation because you got to go to make the money. About 15% on entertainment, no more than 10% on clothing, no more than 15% on savings, and about 10% on other. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is we have to calculate what Sunny is actually spending, what percentage she's spending on each area. Okay, well, so how do we do that? We take the rent, 760. We divide it by how much she makes, 2,400. You get 0.32. You multiply with 100, it's 32%. We do the same for utilities, comes up to 6%. Food, 400 divided by 2,400 equals 17%. Transportation, 7%. Entertainment, 8%. Clothing, 8%. Savings, 8%. And other, 14%. So now that we've calculated how much of her income Sunny is actually spending, basically we plug them in to our guidelines to compare. Well, the spending guideline says 25 to 35% of your income should be spent on rent. Well, she spends 32%. That's within the allowable. Perfect. Utilities, 5 to 10%. She only spends 6. Great. Food, 5 to 10%. Now she's spending 17%. Okay, a little high. Transportation, 5 to 15, spends 7, good. Entertainment, 5 to 15, spends 8. Clothing, 5 to 10, spends only 8. Savings, puts away 8%. It's great. The other one is about in a little bit of a conundrum, the other category, because she's spending 14%. Now, by comparing them, we show that there's two that fall outside the spending guidelines. One is for food and one is for other. Now, this is where you would make decision of how to kind of ensure if you're running a deficit. Okay, not if you're running a surplus, but if you're running a deficit, where you would make the changes. However, the question you need to dive deeper is under the food category. Okay, is that actually like food at home, making sandwiches, taking lunches, making dinner at home, or has Sunny included eating out or meals out in that food category? Okay, if she has, could that actually be fit into taken out of the food section and put into entertainment? Because it is entertainment going out for a nice meal and not having to cook yourself, enjoying yourself. That could be what you find entertaining. Okay, maybe not just the movies. The other, that's where you'd have to actually take a deep look. What is that other 14%, the extra 4%? What is other being spent? Is it tobacco? Is it unnecessary things? Is it partying? Is it buying stuff on eBay? Maybe collectible little dolls, and taking that, and that's where you kind of find the minimum. But just taking a look here, you can see the most money being spent is on housing, food, and other.